Welcome to virtual class of Municipal Corporation of Greater Mumbai Education Department. I am Mrs. Akshata Kale and today we will learn EVS. Come on students, let us begin our lesson. Learn EVS of standard 5th and the topic name is Motions of the Earth Part 2. Yes, students, we have already completed the motions of the earth part 1 and we studied about the motions of the earth, that is rotation and about revolution. Yes, students, now we will take a quick recap of the last lecture, then we will proceed to the next portion. Yes, this is the sun. Now earth. You know that earth always rotates on its own axis. Correct? Now here the part of the earth which faces towards the sun gets the light. Then it is day here. And the part which is not receiving the sun's light has night. Okay? Here day and night together make a day. This we get by the rotation movement of the earth. Yes, students, this period of time that the earth takes to complete one rotation is called a day. A day has two parts, daytime and nighttime, or simply we can say day and night. For the purpose of measuring time, we divide the whole day into 24 hours, each of which is called an hour. Now students, see this revolution. Earth revolves around the sun even as it rotates around itself. The period of time the earth takes to complete one revolution around the sun is called 1 year. There are about 365 days and 6 hours in a year. You know that the length of day and night is not always equal. This happens because of the Earth's inclined axis and its revolution around the sun. Yes, students, in India, summer, the rainy season, the winter season, these are the main seasons. Here I will also see the spring, but summer, rainy and winter are the main seasons. We also divide the year into 6 seasons according to Indian calendar. We'll see about them. See dear students, this is Vasanta Ritu, that is spring. Grishma Ritu, that is summer. Varsha Ritu means monsoons. Sharad Ritu means autumn. Hemant Ritu means pre-winter. And last one, Shishir Ritu means winter. Yes, students, the cycle of 6 seasons is called Ritu Chakra. Many of our festivals are connected with the seasons. Many of our songs and games are also related to the different seasons. Yes, Moon, natural satellite of the Earth. Yes, students, some heavenly bodies revolve around the planets. These are called satellites. Satellites too get their light from the sun. We see the moon at night. It revolves around the earth. Hence it is called a satellite of the earth. The earth revolves around the sun along with the moon. Now students, we will learn about moon and its phases. Phases of the moon. The moon revolves around the earth and the earth revolves around the sun. However, these two orbits intersect. Hence, the sun, the moon and the earth are not always along a straight line. Remember this. We see half of the moon's surface which faces the earth. That is, from the earth we see only one side of the moon. See here, you can see in the picture, view from the earth. The moon has no light of its own. We can see the moon because of the sun's light that falls on it. You know this, right? On a full moonlight, we see the entire side of the moon that faces the earth. And on a new moon night, we cannot see any of it. See there, it gets the light from the sun and it reflects the light. Yes, students. From the full moon to the new moon, the illuminated part of the moon seen from the earth becomes smaller and smaller. From the new moon to full moon, it again grows bigger and bigger. These different shapes of the moon that we see are called phases of the moon. Got this, children? Here, you know that it takes 14 to 15 days from a new moon to full moon. This is the fortnight of the waxing moon. After the full moon, the moon appears smaller and smaller, and after 14 to 15 days, it is new moon again. This period is the fortnight of waning moon. Thus, the period from the one new moon to the next is of 28 to 30 days. It is called the lunar month. Every day of the lunar month is called Tithi. Got, children? It takes 15 days from new moon to full moon. This is the fortnight of the waxing moon. Otherwise, in Hindu system we call Shukla Paksha. Okay, here again it takes 15 days to full moon to the new moon. It is called as the waning moon. That is called Krishna Paksha. The fortnight of the waxing moon plus the fortnight of the waning moon together called as a lunar month, that is of 28 to 30 days. Yes, students, what we have learned in this lesson, we'll see. First, the rotation of the earth causes day and night. The revolution of the earth around the sun and its inclined axis together causes the seasons. The revolution of the moon around the earth gives rise to the phases of the moon. The period from one new moon to the next is called a lunar month. It has about 28 to 30 days. The fortnight ending on a full moon is that of the waxing moon. The fortnight that ends on a new moon is that of the waning moon. The days of the lunar month are called tithis. Students, we'll move to the exercise part. Okay? Answer the following questions. Here the first question is, what are the names of the days on which we see a round moon and on which we see no moon at all? Dear children, see this picture, right? These are phases of moon. On one day we cannot see moon, and after 15 days we can see a full moon or a round moon, right? Here the question asked is, what are the names of the days on which we see a round moon? Here we can see a round moon, right? This is a round moon, and this day is called as full moon day. Okay, you know that full moon day, or in Marathi and Hindi we call Purnima. Aaj Purnima hai means that is full moon day, isn't it? Okay, and what is the name for no moon day? Yes, here we cannot see moon from the earth, isn't it? So on that day we can't see moon, and that day is called as new moon day, right? And in Hindi Marathi we call Amavasya. Yes, from new moon day to full moon day it takes 15 days in the lunar month, right? And that is called as Shukla Paksha according to Tithi. And from full moon day to new moon day again it takes 15 days, and that is called as Krishna Paksha or waning moon, isn't it? Okay, I hope it is clear, right? Now we'll move to the second question. Yes, dear children, here first we will go through the question and we will try to understand the question. Okay, see, Amit wants to take his granny to Australia. Australia is the name of a country. You know that, right? Amit wants to take his granny to Australia, which is in the southern hemisphere. But she cannot bear very cold weather. When should they make this trip? First, we will go through the world map. Here you can see, right? We can see different continents, right? Here, this is equator, right? Imaginary line in the middle, it is nothing but equator, correct? Can you see the cursor here? Okay, this is equator, and equator divides our earth into hemisphere. The upper one is nothing but northern hemisphere. This is northern hemisphere, and the down This is called as southern hemisphere. Okay. Now see, this is Australia and this is located in southern hemisphere. And where is our India? See here. Yes, India is our country and it is here in the northern hemisphere. So the seasons in India and the seasons in Australia, they differ. Right? Now we will study about the dates or the months of the seasons in Australia. See dear children, here from March to May, autumn will be there in Australia. And here Amit wants to take his granny to Australia, and granny cannot bear very cold weather, means winter weather, right? Cold weather means winter weather. Now here March to May it is autumn in Australia. June to August it is winter season, means it has cold weather, right? Then afterwards from September to November it has spring season, and from December to February it has summer season. Yes, here she cannot go from June to August, right? Because that is winter season, isn't it? This is winter season, so she cannot bear very cold weather, so it is not good for her. So we will close this. Now, which one is good for her? Means which season in Australia? Yes, they can make the trip from September to February, isn't it? Because September to November this is spring season and December to February it is a summer. Correct? So December to February it is very good for her. Then also they can make a trip from September to February, isn't it? Got this, children? Yes. We'll move to third one. The question is, how many rotations does the earth complete during one revolution around the sun? Yes, see here. This is about revolution. See, this is sun and this is our earth. Earth rotates around itself and at the same time it revolves around the sun, isn't it? And see here, it is taking rotation along with revolution. Can you see here? Here you can see. Yes, this is one revolution and it takes 365 days to complete 1 year, isn't it? So our answer is the earth completes 365 rotations during one revolution around the earth. And you know that because of the rotations we get days and nights, isn't it? One day is equal to 24 hours and one rotation is equal to one full day. And our earth takes 365 days to complete one revolution around the sun. So 365 days is equal to 365 rotations, isn't it? So our answer is the earth completes 365 rotations during one revolution around the sun. Yes, I hope you understood about this. Correct? We'll move to the next one. Fourth one. It is sunrise at Itnagar in Arunachal Pradesh. Itnagar is the capital of Arunachal Pradesh. Arunachal Pradesh is a state in our India, isn't it? Okay. Write the names of the following cities in the order in which the sun will rise there. Yes, dear children, this is a little logical question. We have to think logically here. Okay. Now the cities given are Mumbai in Maharashtra, Kolkata in West Bengal, Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh, and Nagpur, again Maharashtra. For this, we have to study our map of India. See, this is our India map. Okay, now first we will try to locate the cities given. First, we will try to understand the directions of the map. Yes, here you can see the arrow mark which is showing upward arrow, right? This is nothing but north direction. Upside means this is north. You know that our Himachal Pradesh, Jammu Kashmir is in the north of our India, and Tamil Nadu, Kerala, this is south side, and here Gujarat, Maharashtra, this is west side, and these Bangladesh, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland are in east of India. Correct? Now this is north, you know, and here this is east and this is west. Okay, now we will locate the cities given. First one is Itnagar. See here, Arunachal Pradesh. Yes, this star shows Itnagar in Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, now next we will locate Mumbai, Maharashtra. Here, see the star. This is Mumbai, Maharashtra. Mumbai is the capital city of Maharashtra, isn't it? Next, Kolkata. See here. Kolkata is the capital city of West Bengal. Then next is Bhopal. See, this is Bhopal. This is the capital city of Madhya Pradesh. Okay. And now the last one is Nagpur. Again, it is there in the Maharashtra. It is the second capital of Maharashtra. Okay. Now we have located stars at each city is given. And one more thing we have to know, that the sun rises in the east and sun sets in the west, isn't it? And our India's east means this side. Correct? This arrow tells us that this is east side. Am I right? Now the sun rises in the east. So sun will rise first in Itnagar. Correct? Arunachal Pradesh. Then here Kolkata will get sunrise. After that, see here Nagpur, and then Bhopal, and at last Mumbai. Right? So what is asked here? Write the order in which the sun will rise in these cities. First we will write Itnagar. Correct? See, this is number 1, Itnagar. Number 2, Kolkata. Number 3, this is Nagpur. Right? Number 4, what is this? Bhopal. Number 5, last, Mumbai. Because Mumbai is to the west of India and Itnagar is in the east of India. I hope you understood by the help of this map, isn't it? Okay, we'll move to the next one. Find the names of the various tithis using a calendar which shows them. Here we will go through 2 calendars. We know that Gregorian calendar and this is our Hindu calendar. You know that Shukla Paksha and Krishna Paksha, right? Like that only. Here we go through some tithis. Okay. First see this waxing moon. here means Shukla Paksha and waning moon means Krishna Paksha. Shukla Paksha is for 15 days and Krishna Paksha is also for 15 days. Okay, now please see here. Please observe the cursor. Can you see this? Okay, number 1 here, Shukla Paksha Ashtami. Second, it is Navami, Dashami, Ekadashi, then Dwadashi, Trayodashi, Chaturdashi, then Purnima. This Purnima means full moon day. Okay? Now, from full moon day to new moon day, that is Shukla Paksha. Okay, we will go through this. Here first, Prathama, okay, then Dvitiya, Tritiya, Chaturthi, Panchami, Sashti, Saptami, Ashtami, Navami, Dashami. 10 days, then Ekadashi, Dwadashi, Trayodashi, Chaturdashi and Amavasya. Amavasya means here new moon day. From Purnima to Amavasya or from full moon day to new moon day, it takes 15 days. That is Shukla Paksha. Right? Now again the same thing repeats here. Again here Prathama, Dvitiya, Tritiya, Chaturdashi, Panchami, Sashti, Saptami, Ashtami, Navami, Dashami, Ekadashi, Dwadashi, Trayodashi, Chaturdashi and again comes Purnima. Again 15 days, that is nothing but Krishna Paksha. Here the Shukla Paksha and Krishna Paksha together make one lunar month. Correct? Yes dear children, this you have to study well. Okay? Thank you dear children. Yes, we have solved some of the questions. Rest all questions you have to solve from the textbook. Thank you very much for being a part of this lesson. Please subscribe to our channel and press bell icon to get new updated videos.